Welcome to another Founder Wisdom Pod with Daniel Shnaider. He is co-founder at warmy.io and anybiz.io. He's a skydiver. He has 7 summits under his belt. This pod is presented to you by podfire.com. If you want to start your podcast, scale it, and monetize it, you can go to podfire.com. Dan, welcome to the pod. Tell me a bit more about yourself and Warmy and AnyBiz.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. So I'm 33 from Israel, former military officer. I was an engineer in the military. Then one day I had a problem which I wanted to solve, and I looked for a tool to do that, and I didn't find. So then I didn't forget that I spent 10 years in the university as an engineer, and I decided to solve this problem to myself, and then showed it to the world. And yeah, I did a few things. All the entrepreneurship started with the technology I developed and with machine learning and AI back then 6-7 years ago to detect melanoma with image processing. Even showed it in the Shark Tank in Israel version, in the Israeli version. But then I had a problem related to sales technology, and this is how everything started. So today we founded in our company 2 startups. The one is warmy.io, and the second is AnyBiz.io. Warmy solved email deliverability issues. So emails that land in the spam, we save them from spam. We save companies from sending emails to the spam. And the second, AnyBiz, is replacing an SDR in companies. So if you have an SDR, so he is human, wants to take days off, wants to take a rest. What we developed is an digital SDR, which do everything that a human, but faster, and it never takes days off.
So how's that possible? You want to show us the platform or some of your system? How different from Apollo is it?
Yeah. So first, Apollo is an amazing company, but Apollo is a tool for the SDR. But what we do at AnyBiz, actually, it's totally different, where we replacing the tool and the brain of the SDR. So I can share my screen. One moment. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Great. So this is AnyBiz, and whenever you come to AnyBiz, you are hiring an SDR. You are not. It's not a data platform. It's not an outreach platform, but it's a platform that you hire an SDR, and obviously the SDR is not real. So he is working 24/7. He's crafting the emails. He's replying to the emails. He comes with everything needed. You don't need to bring your email account. You don't need to worry about email deliverability. You don't need to even come with your LinkedIn account. Everything here is automated, and everything is done for you automatically. So if we compare, according to your question, we can see here. So before AnyBiz, you should have ZoomInfo or Apollo or verification tool, writing emails, LinkedIn, and everything. So you, as an SDR, you need all the tools together. So they are amazing, they are very good, but the SDR is operating them. But now AnyBiz is actually replacing them because you don't need to use them anymore, and also building the brand, the brain of this SDR. Yeah, so this is AnyBiz, and this is what we believe is the future. The future is where nobody is operating these tools, but a computer also using the tools, operating them, make the decisions, etc., etc.
Right. So how does it work? Like how much emails can I send on a daily basis? How much sales agents do I just tell them like who I'm targeting and what form of intelligence they have?
Amazing. So it's very good question. So when you come, you don't care about how many emails we send, but I will tell you how many. But you care about three main questions: who you are, exactly who you are, like what your business is doing, what makes you different, which is very important. So when we try to craft some email or do something, we need to understand what makes you different and who is your ICP, who is your persona. But you don't build a persona, but you build a whole a persona. You have probably a lot of personas and plus different offers to different personas. But you don't need to worry about it because, as I said, you answer three questions, or you even put only your website, and we craft everything that is needed, and that's it. So, but in general, answering your question, we are approximately approaching to 200 prospects a day, and we do everything. So let's say also deliverability, stuff like that, which in these amazing tools like Apollo or Zoom Info, you need to come with your own domains or email account or your own email account. You need to care about deliverability. With us, we have this we have this system and feedback loop, which is always fixing itself, etc. And we also own the Wormy software, which is fixing the deliverability issue. So they're always, fixing themselves, etc. So as a business, when you're hiring someone, you introducing him to the company and you explaining him what is your business is doing, what makes you different, and who you need to go after. And this is the exact thing you need to do here. And that's it. And the rest is done automatically. So it's built, and we never know what should be the next step. We don't build sequences or stuff like that because our technology learns from the data what should be the next step. Should be an email, maybe it should be an interaction on LinkedIn and stuff like that, and everything is done automatically.
Right. What's the cost of it, and what results can I expect from it?
So the cost right now, is 1,500 a month. And as I said, everything is included here. You don't need to buy a data platform. You don't need to buy email accounts. You don't need to buy domains. You don't need to spend time on deliverability, etc. And the results are very good. Very good question. Why it's very good question? Because if I ask you if I will open a pizzeria, how many people I will expect to see in my pizzeria, I will tell you this answer: if nothing makes you different than other pizzerias, probably this business will be failure. But if your pizzeria is special and the only thing you want to drive people to book a call with you or to come to your pizzeria, it will be very successful. So how successful it is depends on mainly on your business, and the rest, which are technical things, all this time you spend data searching, building sequences, emails, deliverability, all this shit around it, everything is done automatically. So we save your time, we save you from using a lot of tools, and we are optimizing to book a call with you. It's like Google that optimizing the search for people to go into your website or do something. The same here in outreach. We are not only doing, by the way, only cold outreach, but also we do an inbound, and we also do brand awareness. What do I mean? So we even post some information about your brand. We increase the brand awareness, etc., through LinkedIn. So it's not, just sending it, that's it. It's much more sophisticated than that.
Interesting. And yeah, is it email campaigns? Is it LinkedIn campaigns? And
Now
who
it's email. Now it's email and LinkedIn. Very soon it will be also SMS,
and what
Twitter.
kind of volume can I send out on a daily basis?
You don't need to worry about that because we monitor by ourselves and increase, decrease according to the performance of the deliverability, etc. But as I said, in general, we send to around 200 new prospects a day. But obviously, we have email follow-ups that we need to do before, etc. So it's a huge amount of prospects that you're reaching out, it's something you need to not to worry about. And this is something that I'm trying to explain. It's not You come with 3 answers and that's it. But how many to send, why, etc., is not something you need to worry about at all. The rest we do automatically. If we can send today more because the deliverability is good and your accounts are hot, we will send much more. On average, we approach 200 new prospects a day.
And can I see examples of emails like the copywriting and so forth?
Yeah, so when we have it inside, so you can see the copywriting, and you some of the time can put some inputs to improve it if you want. But in general, because it's unique email per prospect, it's super unique per prospect, which is not a new technology, but it's a unique per prospect. It's not something you can play with that, because every prospect we get its own email according to his activity on LinkedIn, according to what we know about him, etc. So just the concept is what is changeable. But it's, as I said, it's not a new technology. This is not what we proud of. It's already old. We're proud of the technologies that we developed. It's actually a real machine learning, that the data we have, it's not only, the email which Apollo ZoomInfo did, an amazing job. They know all about the prospect, but this is the data you see, like the LinkedIn account, the name, etc. What about the data inside, the deep data? For example, on what channel this prospect is better to reach him out, how frequently, on what topics, on what product to try to sell him. And this is what we developed, and this is what our machine is learning all the time, and this is how we optimize our campaigns.
Interesting. And who's building the back end of all of this? Who's your CTO?
Actually, it's my brother. He's the CTO, but
Michael.
he's not doing it alone. We are a team of almost already 40 people, something like that. Yeah, almost 40 people.
And how do you feel you can have an advantage over like competitors such as Apollo that have half a billion in funding?
It's a very good question. So it's like asking why starting a startup if these big companies doing it. But to do a change in a big company, you need a meeting about a meeting about a meeting, and then you move some button. But in startup, you just call the developers and say, guys, do that, and that's it. So the advantage of a startup, maybe they don't have enough money like Apollo or ZoomInfo, but they move fast. And this is how innovation is starting. Obviously, if we think like that, we will never do anything, because we always think these big companies can do that. Obviously, they can do that, but any change will take a lot of time, a lot of decision makers, but in a startup, it's very fast, and this is how innovation is starting.
Right. But why do you think Apollo's not developing AI agents? Like is it that they're too slow as a big team, because even their AI feature, they seem to be taking a bit of time on that level. And there's not a lot of companies developing AI agents. Why do you think that is?
I didn't get your question.
Yeah,
Sorry. Why?
AI agents are the future, right? It seems that they're a bit complicated to come up with and they can go out of control, right? Since they're AIs, and if you don't put limits or boundaries on them, they may go wild. So why do you think there's not much companies developing these AI sales agents at the moment?
So first, there are enough companies already. They are already funded and funded very well. So it's a growing area. Uh, so first, second, I guess they didn't publish it, but maybe yes, and I missed it, but maybe Apollo is already doing it. But I guess startups doing it much faster. There are already a few startups doing it. It's not simple, but it's interesting, and the market is big enough for everyone. I think every big company will go this direction one day. But you see, this outreach tools, these data tools, everyone has some market share, even the small, but even the big. And I think who will be the first and the best will conquer, and that's it.
So is the future me paying you 1.5K a month and you deploying 100 AI sales agent there that know every single pain points and data points of my potential clients and generating me 100 meetings a day?
Definitely. I believe this is the direction. Plus, it's not only this, but also connecting to a lot of data sources like your maybe website, your CRM, and even to optimize it. But today, whenever you use Apollo, you get a very good data. But then all the decisions you make by yourself as a person, which is very, very hard. You don't have this capacity to take a lot of decisions to move fast and just spending your time, because in the end of the day it's a routine job. If you think about it, an SDR is kind of routine job that you always do. But if and SDRs always try to automate something, and this is what we do actually. But what we see is this agent will generate meetings for the AE or maybe an SDR that qualifies, and that's it.
What about the closing part? When do you see that part being outsourced?
I don't think it will work because the sales, I by myself work in very aggressive sales before, and sales working only if there is a human touch. But I don't think it will be very soon. But if there is a very high intent to buy from potential customer, so I think it will be automated as well.
Tell me about your career as a mountain climber. You've climbed 7 summits. What were these summits and what did you learn from climbing those?
Yeah, so I didn't finish all the 7 summits yet. I'm on the way. I really like take myself to to radical conditions. Whether it's jumping out of airplanes, it's very very stressful, and taking time until you enjoy it. So taking out of the airplane, climb mountains. So I climbed a few of them: Mont Blanc, Kilimanjaro, Everest Base Camp, Akinkawa, and this is the mountains I already conquered. It's very I would not say it's deadly, dangerous, and scary, etc. But if you take 2 3 weeks, and you don't take showers and climb, eating rice, at least in the Everest Base Camp, and it's and you have your own without any smartphones, computers. It makes a huge difference. You come a different person, you think differently, and it increase your courage, and you start believing more and more in yourself.
Is starting a successful startup any similar to that in terms of pain?
Startup is it's it's a huge journey where you have an every day you have something a problem to solve, whether it's in software, whether it's technology, people, customers, a lot of them, marketing, sales, everything, and everything is on you, and you always need to be optimistic. You need to see the future in optimistic way, and you have to never give up, and startup journey is the exact thing.
What do you have for goals for this year? What do you want to accomplish?
This year, obviously I want to first, my team to enjoy working in the startup, enjoy inventing new things. I want our customers to be happy with us. This is our business goal first: our customers, our team to be happy working, and really inventing the future, making big bold bets. And personally, yeah, to take to experience more interesting things in life, because life is pretty short and a lot of things to try and to have fun and to explore. So yeah, so I have a few goals in my list, so I have another 11 months to achieve them.
Will you raise some capital this year?
No.
Full bootstrap. What are the challenges of going bootstrap?
every penny matters. So you don't spend on one thing you don't need. Yeah, it's a decision we made, and it's very nice. Yeah, we are very, you measure everything you spend off. You don't buy uh very expensive, I don't know, whiskeys to happy hours in the company. So you are good with Coca-Cola, so it's good. It's not what motivates people, and you don't spend on very special offices. You care about the people, and this is what's important. So you don't spend on nothing you don't need.
Love it. Where can people find out more about you, Dan?
Sorry.
Where can people find out more about you?
Uh, I don't know.
LinkedIn, website.
LinkedIn, yeah. LinkedIn, I'm mostly active on LinkedIn. I don't have Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. So I personally don't spend their time because I don't have any value personally from these channels. So LinkedIn is the only place to find me, to talk to me. And yeah, I'm always monitoring the chat support also on our website. So it's interesting what customers are thinking. And as Y Combinator suggests, is always building the product, talking to users. So I'm very keen about talking to customers. So I would love to customers or potential customers or only people that want to talk with me. I'm always available.